The highly anticipated algorithmic stablecoin for Cardano has finally launched. Djed is available on mainnet, and I'm not minting, and this is why. But first, let's have a look at the current ecosystem and find out exactly how the whole process has been going. For those that don't know, the Djed stablecoin is an algorithmic stablecoin based on the ADAOZ protocol. It's the same protocol that is used to create the SIG-USD on the Ergo ecosystem. And it is very similar to DAI in the Ethereum ecosystem, which is an over-collateralized stablecoin. Other stablecoins that you may be used to in the DeFi ecosystem, such as USDC or USDT, are pegged directly to the US dollar, backing it 1-to-1. These are in vast contrast to Terra USD, which is another algorithmic stablecoin which wasn't completely collateralized or over-collateralized like these other stablecoins. Furthermore, the Djed stablecoin has its own reserve currency called Shen, and both of these tokens are over-collateralized with ADA itself, unlike in the Terra ecosystem where we saw UST backed by the Luna token. Now, with the official launch in the Cardano ecosystem, we're seeing various websites, protocols, and projects update and list the Djed and Shen stablecoin accordingly. We've seen explorers such as EUT, so visually represent the Shen and Djed stablecoins being minted and burned within the ecosystem. We've seen the reserve ratio between Djed and Shen go up from 600, where it started off, all the way to 800%, and then slowly, gradually go back down. So there is now a healthy amount of reserve collateral to help support the algorithm. Various key DEX systems have listed the trading pairs ADA Shen and ADA Djed. These include Muesli Swap, Wing Riders, and also MinSwap. And we can see a lot of activity going across all of these decentralized exchanges. But we've also seen a listing on Bitrue, a centralized exchange as well, where you can participate and purchase some of these tokens directly from a centralized exchange. So you do have a lot of options in getting your hands on these particular brand new tokens. Various protocols in the Cardano ecosystem have also listed Djed within their platforms. Platforms such as Fluid Tokens, where you could use your NFT as collateral in a DeFi loan, now list Djed as well. So you can take out a loan, use your NFT as collateral, and get Djed and something a little bit useful for it. You can exit out on Bitrue and then use it to purchase a house, whatever it is, if you can get an NFT that is worth that much. Even NMaker, these infrastructure projects now allow you to purchase NFTs on minting using the Djed stablecoin. So it is widely adopted in the Cardano ecosystem, and Coty have been working with a lot of these projects for months to get and ensure that these projects are ready at the time of launch, so that when the Djed stablecoin is released, that it is useful in the Cardano ecosystem from the get-go. Now, before the launch of the protocol, the team did work on bootstrapping the liquidity required to ensure that there was a safe amount of Shen ratio for anyone that is interested in participating within the ecosystem. So the initial amount got the reserve to a comfortable 600% reserve ratio, which was more than enough for users and retail to come in and start minting and burning Djed and Shen. So with all this hype and build up and adoption within the Cardano ecosystem, why am I not participating and minting any of this Shen or Djed at this point in time? If we have a look at the various comments on my Twitter post or even on the YouTube channel, you can see a lot of other people are not minting either. Comments such as minimum of 5k ADA or even too poor to mint, and direct reasons why they're not deciding to participate in the ecosystem, from the fees to the centralization of the protocol to previous bad experiences in the Cardano ecosystem. It was actually this time last year when SundaySwap launched their protocol, the first AMM decentralized exchange on Cardano, and a lot of people were burnt from that experience. The ISPO that came into play, the amount of Sunday tokens that were rewarded, and also the experience of providing liquidity and swapping on the DEX was a little subpar back then. So a lot of people at the moment aren't buying into the hype and using more of a cautious approach when coming into this particular ecosystem. And that is probably a really good idea. Another thing I didn't realize was that people in the United States weren't able to burn or mint Shen or Djed within this particular protocol. So there are a bunch of comments that a lot of people are saying at the moment why they're not participating within this particular ecosystem, and I kind of have to agree. When you look at the various fees and everything you have to pay around this at the moment, and also the minimum requirements, they're a little bit steep for my pockets. First off, the minimum amount that you need to mint is at least 5,000 ADA worth. And contrary to what people may think, I am not an ADA millionaire. I do not have a spare 5,000 ADA to play around with in regards to minting Shen as an experiment. If you'd like to donate some ADA to me so I can do a video on it, more than happy to take you up on that offer. But I don't have that spare 5,000 ADA, and a lot of people are in that same boat. Plus the fees that you have to pay. Now this is a limitation of the smart contract, and as the smart contract is improved and upgraded, we'll see this change. But right now at the moment, to actually mint 5,000 ADA worth of Shen, you need to pay 100 ADA fee, and that takes a little bit off the top. So it is a little bit unappealing to mint for a lot of people at the moment. Now, the Cody team did want a soft launch of this protocol, and having this higher price does gate people out of the ecosystem. So a lot of the retail speculators that did want to participate in this launch would have seen those fees and went, maybe not. I'll wait a little bit later and play around with the ecosystem in other ways. Other larger whales in the ecosystem that can afford to play around with this would be minting and providing liquidity, and probably would hold on for a longer period of time. So they're the type of people and type of speculators that the Cody team would want in participating within this first initial launch of the protocol. Now, one of the really cool benefits of holding Shen or minting Shen is that you still get your ADA rewards. So your ADA that is locked up in the smart contract for minting Shen would get delegated to a stake pool, and then those ADA rewards are distributed back to all of the Shen holders. Now, what the Cody team have decided was to actually partner up with Wave Financial, a large multi-stake pool operator within the Cardano ecosystem that have been around for quite a while. The Cody team have been working with Wave Financial since 2019. Now, the Cardano community is upset about this, mainly because Wave Financial is already a large holder within the ecosystem, and the centralization of more ADA into a particular multi-stake pool operator goes against the decentralization of the network. And a lot of people are very upset about that. But as Cody has explained, this is just a temporary measure until the smart contracts are upgraded and multi-stake pool operation delegation is possible. So we're still waiting for those upgrades in the future, and hopefully we'll see the delegation get split across the ecosystem to small stake pool operators to help decentralize that network. That would be absolutely amazing to see. Now, there is an updated post about this delegation strategy as well. The fees are set at 8% at the moment, but eventually will be adjusted accordingly as time goes on. If you want to read up more about that, I'll put links down below for you so you can find out exactly their delegation strategy, how they're going to set up their pools in the future, and this upgraded smart contracts that will allow for multi-pool delegation. So what if you do want to get your hands onto Shen and Djed? Well, you can participate within various DEXs or on the centralized exchanges and purchase them directly. And that is what I have done. I didn't want to go through the process of paying those extra fees in regards to the minting of it and also the minimum requirements for it, but buying it directly on a decentralized exchange or even a centralized exchange is much, much easier, and I can hold on to those particular Shen tokens and earn some of the ADA rewards from it. I'd like to see how that all works. It's all supposed to be automated and done via the protocol, so I can't wait to actually see that all in action and all in play. Now, in other news, I'd just like to also announce that we have our own NFT collection coming up. This is the Wapuu, the CardnaoPress Wapuu. It goes along with a plugin that we've been building for the Cardano ecosystem that allows projects to build and integrate in the Cardano blockchain into WordPress websites. Now, this collection will showcase and highlight exactly what you can do with the CardnaoPress plugin. The plugin is absolutely free, and if you're using a WordPress website website for your stake pool or your NFT project at the moment, you can integrate this plugin in and connect up token gating features directly to the website, or also integrate it in with WooCommerce and all sorts of other things to create some really cool, unique shopping experiences integrated directly into the Cardano blockchain. Now we're starting a whitelisting process at the moment. So if you're interested, if you're a stake pool operator and interested in becoming a whitelist stake pool, there's a form link down below where you can sign up and become one of these whitelisting stake pool operators, and anyone that is delegating to the various stake pools that get selected will be able to mint this first round of the CardnaoPress Wapuu. I'm pretty excited about this, and I can't wait to showcase to you exactly what CardnaoPress can do with this particular NFT collection, or any NFT collection or fungible token within the Cardano ecosystem. Now, if you want to learn more about CardnaoPress, check out one of my videos here that gives you a quick overview of exactly how it all works.